Hello, I'm Julie Clarke and I'm the CEO of the Doula Academy of Australia. I've got two packages here. I've had two doulas book in overnight and they're wanting the home study kit. So I thought I'd just have a chat to you while I pack up these home study kits, and then I'm going to post them off and they should receive them in the next few days. So what is the home study kit? Well, the home study kit is consisting of a series of books, textbooks, workbooks, that are just perfect for doulas to do the home study themselves. If they get stuck on anything, they can ring me, text me, email me, we can Skype, we can Zoom. So there's a lot of ways that I can help, although it is meant to be a very independent study. So I'm certainly in the background available. Now, if somebody starts the home study course and then they change their mind and they say, Jules, I really need your help. I want to come along to the course. I want to do the course face-to-face in the studio. Then I'm delighted. And what I do to help and support that person through the process towards actually coming along and attending. So keep in mind, you can always upgrade if you want to. So the home study course, one of these is going out to a mum who has a 2.5-week baby. It's her second baby. She's very excited about doing the doula course, and I'm going to help her, but she's also very knowledgeable and very motivated. So she's got 12 months. Does she have to do exams? No. Does she have extensive assignments to do? No. All she needs to do is fill out the workbook, the first workbook, send it back to me registered post, and then I check all her answers, and then I send it back to her with her certificate. So the certificate is quite beautiful and it has her name, it's official, I sign it and date it, and now she's qualified. So she's ready to go off to births. Does she have to jump through more hoops to get that certificate? No. I keep this very simple, very realistic, and I'm very kind to women, helping them. So these are for women 18 years, need to be an adult to do this. 18 years through to, I don't know, how old would you need to be? 100? So no matter how old anybody is, they are certainly welcome to come along and do the course or take on the home study. I've had a few grandmothers call me and want to do the home study or do the face-to-face training because they want to be well empowered before their grandchild is born to help the mum through the birth if she gets invited to the birth, but also to have an understanding of everything that she can do to help her during the pregnancy, during the labour, the birth, afterwards, and for the first 12 months afterwards. So how can the grandma be a very effective grandma, a very supportive grandma, and a very welcome grandma into the whole experience? So rather than worrying about what happened in her day all those years ago, this course is helping her to have a broader understanding of how things are these days, what the options are, what the choices are, and what the benefits are of doing things in a different way. So the face-to-face training, I've got an ebook. It's free, and you can email me, julie@julieclarke.com.au. Clarke's got an E on the end of it, .com.au, and send me an email just simply saying, Jules, I'm interested in the doula course. I don't know which one I want to do yet. Send me the ebook that fills me in on all the details of all of my choices and tells me all about the whole kit and caboodle. And so I'll send that to you. So I have several courses running. I'm very flexible as well. If you want to do 10 Mondays in a row, then we can. If you want to do 5 weeks but 2 days per week, well then we can. I think at the moment my favourite offering is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So the Friday we get started and we rip through a huge amount of work, working through the workbook. Saturday we'll go through the Transition into Parenthood course, the one-day workshop. Sunday we'll go through the Mindful Hypnobirthing course. And then Monday we finish off rounding the whole thing up and completing the whole experience for you. So they are big days. We do a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, looking at videos and analysing things. And then at the end of that 4 days, you are well equipped. You have your certificate. You're fully qualified and ready to go off to births. Do you have to do births before getting your certificate? No. I don't think that it's a necessary part of the qualification. I think that once you are qualified, once you've done all of the training, and for a lot of the women they're already mothers, but it doesn't need to be, and I think that you're well equipped to go to births in a very sensitive way. I think it's kind of mean to hold out on people with their certificate until they've done 1 or 2 or 3 or more births. I think, no, once they've done the educational section, then learning on the job is another way of doing it, but it's not a necessary criteria to gain the certificate. So let me show you what's in the kit. The first thing that's in the kit is this fantastic book by Penny Simpkin. It's a textbook for doulas. It's excellent for dads as well. Anybody, grandma, who's going to go to a birth and support a woman through the birth and who really want to have good knowledge on all of the comfort measures. So this is the Birth Partner Handbook by Penny Simpkin. This is actually the latest version. What are we up to now? I think it's the 10th edition or something. So I've got the newest possible version of this book for my doulas. Penny Simpkin has been a doula trainer in America for years and years and years. She's a physio and very knowledgeable. I've actually co-presented with her at a conference or two, and she's so lovely. She's very old now. I don't think she'd mind me saying that. And she still is working, which is really quite remarkable. So this book, look, it's like a brick. It is an encyclopedia. It's awesome. It's a really good reference text for doulas. So that's going into the kit for Anami. She'll be receiving that in the next few days. Now, another textbook that she'll be receiving is this one, Preparing for Birth Mothers, and another one, Preparing for Birth Fathers. So they've both got a lot of really good information in them. They're both Australian, helping you to understand everything from Australian conditions rather than America or other. Preparing for Birth Mothers contains a lot of information about pregnancy, labour, birthing, positioning, ideal options, how to turn a posterior baby, very importantly, medical interventions, induction, epidurals, gas, morphine, caesareans. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Why would they do that? How do they do that? And how can we negotiate our way perhaps around that? So the dad's book is brilliantly written. It's written like a car manual. So it has a troubleshooting guide in it. If something goes wrong, here's a quick checklist of what to do about it. So what could go wrong? She's gone overdue. How do we get her into labour? She's in labour, but it's very slow. How do we hurry it up? Or, gosh, this is really fast labour. It's usually second baby or fourth baby that this happens, if it's going to happen at all. And it's an emergency birth. Quick, catch, and how to catch. So anyway, lots of good information in these two textbooks, so I'm popping those in for Anami as well. And the next one that she'll be receiving in this kit is one that I have developed. So this is the workbook, the online and face-to-face birth doula course workbook. Now what Anami needs to do, and Teresa is the other one who's about to receive these kits, so they're both booked in overnight, both doing home study, and both have the option to upgrade if they want to. They can always talk to me about it. So here's the contents page. I guess you can see by that there's actually a lot of contents in here. I've tried to make the workbook as rich as possible with as much information. There's a lot of guidance telling you step by step how to set up your own business, how to set up coffee sessions, meeting people for the first time, questions that they may ask you, questions that you will ask them in interviewing people and figuring out whether you're a good fit to go to their birth. So I've also supplied links to different pages on the internet and giving you questions. Have a look at this link. What do you think of this? What would you have done? And analyse it this way. Come up with some objective opinions that way. And then, of course, you fill in the workbook. What do you think you might want to call your doula business if you decide you'd like to run a doula business? Now, I've had a woman come through the course, face-to-face course, and she was a doctor, and she's planning on becoming a qualified obstetrician. Her plan is certainly to be a terrific doula herself, but to also employ about 10 doulas. This is in Western Sydney, far West Sydney. She wants to employ a team of doulas who will look after all of her patients for her. So it's a wonderful option, isn't it? Now, another woman that came through is a mum of 10, and she's going to set up her doula business very differently. She's actually going to volunteer for all the people in her local church. She wants to have the knowledge to be able to help them. So she's not going to ask for payment at all. That's a special situation as well. And then I've had somebody else who just simply wanted to have the knowledge to help her family and help her friends as they all have their babies. I'm not sure whether she's going to charge or not, but maybe just a tiny amount. And then I have other people who have done the doula course. They've become much more experienced themselves and gone off to quite a few births. And now they want to start an agency where they employ doulas so that they have better coverage. They're able to go to help more women and go to more births. So there's such a wide range of options there for doulas in starting your own business. And I encourage you to use your imagination and develop your business in the way you want to. I'm not the slightest bit rigid. I will help you in whatever way you want me to, and in whatever way you want to develop your own business. So you can use me as a sounding board, and I'll help you think through what are all the choices, what are all the possibilities, how fantastic could this end up. So I'm here to help you with that too. Lots of inspiration, letting you know that the Department of Health of New South Wales has developed a policy towards normal birth, and that is where they're totally endorsing water birth. What else have we got in here? More information about how to help women during their labour, what to pack in your doula bag. So obviously aromatherapy and hot packs, food for yourself, spare clothing, a list of ideas, and then some of the pages out of this book, probably laminate those in case you're in the shower and they get wet. You could blue tack things on the wall. What music will you bring? So the list is endless of what you would actually pack in your doula kit. Every time I go to a birth, and I've been to about 150 births over my 30 years of teaching, so I've been a doula for 30 years, and it's with all of that excitement and passion, the things that I wish I'd known before I embarked on this journey, but also the things that I've learnt over the years are all folded into this workbook. So there's a lot in here. There's scenarios. You can work your way through the scenarios. Again, if you get stuck, call me. Have you ever heard of the idea of mind maps? So I explain that to you as well, and that helps you to use your imagination. Solutions to a lot of common problems during pregnancy. Answers to a lot of common problems that occur during the labour as well. And lists, where you'll be able to make lists and come up with ideas to do with nutrition, aromatherapy. The list is endless, and these are all incredibly helpful things that will empower you to be the most amazing, helpful doula that people will love. They will remember you forever. So the way that this works is that you fill out the workbook. So this is the Birth Doula Workbook. Amani will be receiving that one, and so will Teresa pretty soon. And this one is the Post Natal Doula course. Now, I've actually developed two doula courses, the birth one and the postnatal one. Postnatal meaning after the birth. This covers the first 5 years. It's a bit similar to a nannying course. It would help anybody who wanted to be an au pair. But again, could be grandma, could be your sister, could be, it doesn't matter. So again, any women 18 years and above who wish to have a lot of knowledge about feeding, settling, growth, development, what to feed a baby when you first start to introduce solid food, how to wrap a baby, swaddling babies, settling them off to bed, calming and comforting babies, the use of slings, bathing babies, not just get them wet and soap them up and then dry them off, but also massaging babies and helping babies to be very calm and relaxed and then go off to sleep, how to help the mum through all of that, especially the first 12 weeks. So a postnatal doula is massively helpful in that time. And I've got checklists of, if you've only got a couple of hours with that mum, what are the most important things to achieve for her? So again, I've been doing this for years as well, helping women after the birth. I've been doing that with my baby care support service and growth development, how to make up the bed, reducing the risk of SIDS, how to set up a baby's room, how to stack the set of drawers, what to put in, and how to look after a baby during summer, those extreme heat wave days, how to dress a baby in winter, breastfeeding, how to support a mum through breastfeeding, how to boost up her milk supply, where to get solutions if she has any problems whatsoever, and how to wrap the baby, expressing and storing breast milk, helping the mum go back to work, looking after the baby if mum's not home, checking the baby's temperature, keeping the baby safe, how to tell if the baby's healthy or sick and needs to go to a doctor, and then growth and development, newborn to 5 years. How about that? So that comes complementary with the other course. I'm actually wrapping the two together. You don't need to have filled this one in to get your certificate. You get to keep this one and work your way through it. Again, if you need my help, you've got my help. So if you would love to become a doula, or you think you'd like to dabble in it, or you're just interested, you're just birth curious, then email me or call me. My number is 0401 265530. Hit my website, Julie Clarke, with an E on the end, .com.au, and you'll be able to read about it as well. So take care and have a lovely day.